So I stubbed my toe on my bathtub this morning.
Why would you do that?
Well, my brain said to take more showers, so I thought, hey, I'll take a shower. Went to get into the shower, slammed my pinky toe right into the porcelain bathtub.
Bet your brain appreciated that.
Yeah, my brain was super happy about it. I could hear it screaming.
Yeah, all those pain receptors.
Now it's all swelled up and it's purple. I think I broke it.
How did you injure your toe on the bathtub? Were you trying to kick it like a softball?
I wasn't trying to. It just happened because I'm dumb and I wasn't aware of where my limbs are. Yeah, it still hurts. I hope I didn't break it.
What do you want me to do about it?
I don't know, nothing.
You think you're gonna break your toe by kicking the bathtub?
Yeah, my sister broke her toe by kicking me in the knee.
I didn't realize you had such a tough knee.
I've never broken a bone in my body, so if this is what actually does it, I'm gonna be pissed.
Don't do that anymore. My advice.
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind, genius. What are we doing today?
We're listening to oh yeah, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. There was an emergency radio signal. Someone needs our help.
You didn't think to tell me that earlier. You waited for me to tell you this horrible story about my toe. They're dead by now, Mike.
Sounded like your personal story might have been more urgent. I didn't know how severe that toe injury was.
I don't know, even if I go get it looked at and x-rayed, even if it is horribly broken, they'll be like, well, there's not a whole lot we can do. We can tape it to your other toe. Don't step on it.
Oh, you mean they're gonna wrap it together?
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot they can do for broken toes. I know this because I'm a doctor.
That emergency signal's still going. Person still needs our help.
Ah, shoot.
This is a direct message from Agent Graham Edmond of the Department of Allied Intelligence. We're with the NCR, in case you haven't heard of us before.
I haven't.
There's an urgent matter I would wish to discuss with you. Please come see me at the soonest possible convenience at the NCR safe house. I've left the door unlocked for you. Oh, and by soonest possible convenience, I mean right now.
Where's the safe house?
Smack dab in the middle of Deathclaw territory.
That does not sound safe at all. That sounds violent and awful, and we shouldn't go there. I think I might be down there in that boarded up cave.
It's obviously well hidden, despite the fact that there's a giant antenna sticking straight out of it.
Oh.
Howdy.
How can I help you?
Why are you here?
I'm here to dust off the cobwebs, make sure everything is working, that sort of thing. Sometimes it can be a while between visits by rangers, so it's good to have someone around to keep the lights on for them. I also bring ammo supplies with me for any rangers who may be running low.
Are you always here?
My duties tend to take me elsewhere, but I try to be here at least a few days out of the week.
Alright, I need some ammo.
Certainly. Which type of ammo would you like?
We need energy weapon ammo. Just kidding, no one needs that.
Here you go.
Oh, good.
7 bucks.
A fourth of a magazine.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
Courier 6. It's good to finally meet the savior of the Mojave.
What?
My name is Graham Edmond. I'm with the DAI. I contacted you over the radio. I'll be honest, we're an upstart organization, and I think we might have bit off a little more than we could chew.
Did you mean startup?
I've never heard of the DAI before. Tell me about the Dragon Age Inquisition.
It stands for the Department of Allied Intelligence. It's a lot like pre-war OSS or CIA.
Only cooler, right?
Government types certainly like their acronyms, don't they?
Yeah.
Basically, we collect intel on outside groups and analyze their threat levels to the NCR. We were just formed a couple of months ago, actually. NCR's gotten so big they can't rely on their military alone anymore.
I'm sure you have your own agents. Why do you need us?
Exactly, because I don't trust you. Because you're a secret government spook. Get out of my face, spook.
You can't call him a spook, that's racist.
That's what you call people that work for the government.
You can't call people spooks, it's racist.
No, the other one is racist.
No, they're both racist.
I already put one of our men on the mission. Unfortunately, we lost communication with them not too long after that. That leads us to you. Certain higher powers seem to think there might be a mole inside the DAI and decide to seek outsider help. And who better than the savior of the Mojave, right? Plus, you're uniquely qualified. We'll get back to that.
Well,
Truth is, we're having problems with a rogue mercenary group. Hell, that's probably the understatement of the century.
Is it?
If you'll just take a seat next to the projector, I'll explain everything.
luckily for you, I've been watching a bunch of Sean Woods videos, so I know how to catch moles. Voles. rats and mice. Usually a big open bucket with some water in the bottom, and then a fake plank. They walk on that, they fall in, they drown.
I really like the one that's just a revolver that just shoots them in the face.
That one's gimmicky. The Rube Goldberg way of killing
Yeah,
rabbits.
but you can make one in your garage if you have a saw and some sandpaper.
I can
and
think-
also a spare revolver.
There are better ways to do it. Ones that don't require such mess.
And also leaving a loaded gun around. That's not really a good idea.
I think that might be the understatement of the year. What's our mission? I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh,
to what
yeah, I wasn't paying attention either. I was thinking about a mousetrap with a gun in it.
If you're ready, I'll get started. This will be an infiltration mission. You'll go in undercover as a new member of War Trash and procure whatever information you can
Is
find.
the code word encrypted, or is...
War Trash is a group of rogue mercenaries who have openly declared war on the NCR.
That seems like a dumb
They
idea.
haven't communicated with us at all, so we have no idea what they're after. This is their leader. He calls himself Zombie, real name Eric Napier.
Zombie.
We know this because he's a former NCR officer. He was dishonorably discharged 2 years ago for insubordination. He might have started this war out of some twisted idea of revenge, but these attacks are too coordinated.
What do you think of my new Instagram
We've discovered
filter?
some propaganda he's been handing out in Freeside that claims he wants to bring independence to the wasteland. The day I believe some flyers in Freeside is the day I call Sheila's number from a bathroom stall for a good time. The second in command is a former Legion Centurion calling himself Octavius, real name unknown. We're not quite sure what happened with him in the Legion, but he's no longer there, obviously. Based on some of our past battles with his battalions, it's clear he's more ruthless than Zombie can ever hope to be. 1 month ago we were borrowing information from Brotherhood radio communications when we intercepted a message regarding increased activity around Corn Creek. The Brotherhood seems to think that there's a vault hidden somewhere in the town. Unfortunately, they don't know for sure where, and with their little lockdown, they don't want to go check it out. What we know for sure is that the NCR and Brotherhood aren't the only ones interested in the town. Scouts have brought back these pictures of heavily armed soldiers searching the grounds. It seems they are searching for the vault as well, so we can rule them out as being War Trash soldiers. Although who they are and what they want, we're not exactly sure.
The slideshow's really boring.
Joshua made a much better one.
You want to go to the burger joint after class?
Maybe we should pay attention since there's no quest markers for this one.
Let's skip third period French.
It was only when War Trash tried to bomb the NCR embassy on the Strip that Command started taking them seriously. We sent an agent in undercover, but we haven't heard back from him since he got there.
He's probably dead.
You're to contact me when you establish your cover, and whenever you have any valuable information. Quite frankly, we don't have any concrete objectives for you, other than discover what happened to Agent Benson. Your goal will simply be to find whatever information you can about their plans. From there, we'll develop our own plan based around what you find, and contact you when we're ready to carry it out. You and I will be using codenames while speaking over the radio in case Brotherhood is returning the favor. Your codename from here on out will be Snake, and I am Major Tom. To get you in, we've set up a new identity for you. We were able to take advantage of your ties to the NCR and War Trash's recruitment tendencies. Basically, the NCR screwed you over so hard you went crying to them for help, but you'll be given a more detailed briefing packet before you leave.
Yeah, I hate the NCR. Boo, NCR!
Who comes up with these names? Zombie and Unknown. That's the dumbest names.
No, his real name was unknown.
Exactly.
I'm sure you have questions, so feel free to ask.
First question, who did you say you were again?
Graham Edmund? I used to be a major in the army, but got put in charge of the DAI because... well, I don't know why, actually. I'm just a soldier. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You'd think they'd find someone more qualified, quite frankly.
I don't think a bunch of crazy murderous mercenaries are going to accept a random guy just walking in there.
Yeah, you're right. Chances are they're gonna ask you to prove yourself in some way. Do whatever they ask of you, no matter what. They sound harsh, but you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to gain their trust.
What do I do when I discover what they're up to?
Just call it in over the radio like you would one of your reports. You'll stay there undercover until we can retrieve you. Do not under any circumstance try to stop them on your own.
Why can't you just go in there and shoot everybody?
Their activity in the past suggests they have a highly organized network of sleeper cells across the Mojave.
Ugh.
Setting in a platoon will be too conspicuous and those cells will scatter like flies. If we're gonna take them down, we can't just cut off the head. We need more information.
What's the big deal about sleeper cells? They're sleeping. Let sleeping cells lay.
How did you set up this fake identity?
The NCR has deep contacts and even deeper pockets. Let's leave it at that.
What can you tell me about Corn Creek?
It's an old pre-war settlement. It used to be inhabited, but that changed after a group of raiders came and took it over. Not too long after that, war trash came and kicked them out. Pretty ironic, don't you think?
You make it sound easy. Too bad you're not the one going in.
I don't second that sentiment, but sure.
I'm not about to sit here and tell you I have it as bad as you do. I know better. Nothing about this is going to be easy for you. This assignment's going to be tough, but one that could potentially save a lot of lives. Here's the briefing bag I told you about. It contains everything you need to know about war trash, the vault, and your new cover story. Study as long as you can before you get there. You need to have this stuff down to a T.
Alright. Anything else?
Remember, you can't just go in there and shoot the place up. They're going to ask you to do more than graffiti or even take out rival gangs. You're going to have to cross the line. And I hope you can find your way back.
I'm gonna become dirty!
Good luck out there.
Hey, wait. If you don't have any experience as a spy, why did the NCR put you in charge of this?
I don't know. Probably just publicity. I made a name for myself fighting the Legion, so NCR probably just wants to show off or something.
Why-
That sounds suspicious.
Why would they want to show off a covert operation of infiltration?
Because they can show it off later, except that knowing the government, they'll just make it classified.
So, you say you're a war hero.
War hero. That phrase always has troubled me. Does killing other people really qualify someone to be a hero?
God,
Yes.
I hope not.
Yeah. I got famous for what I did in battle.
What happened?
I was at Willow Beach when the Legion attacked. We spent 8 days defending the beachhead. Legion constantly shelled us with artillery, stopping only to launch bayonet charges.
Bayonet? What?
We held out the first couple waves, but we were losing too many men, so higher-ups decided to retreat.
Are you sure you were fighting the Legion? They had one piece of artillery, and I think it's broken.
Well, the retreat broke down and every man for himself. Legion saw the opportunity attacked, so I got on a machine gun and kept shooting until I ran out of ammo. That got us enough time to get off the beach, and we fell back to the Arizona spillway, which we lost too.
You lost a lot of land, but you saved a lot of lives.
You're a hero. Take this medal.
I don't know about that. People were gonna die one way or the other, and I didn't need to facilitate it. A real hero finds ways to help people, not just kill them.
Maybe killing people helps them. Maybe they hated living.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but it's not that easy. Look, I don't want to talk about this anymore, if you don't mind.
Fine, it was a boring conversation anyway.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there.
The briefing goes all over the intricacies of your cover. Jeez. The briefing goes all over... The briefing goes over all the Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Mommy made me mush my M&Ms.
The briefing goes over all the The briefing goes over all the intricacies of your cover.
Hey, you got
yeah!
it that time!
God! Oh, now I gotta start over again!
Okay.
The briefing goes over all the intricacies of your cover, chief amongst which is the desire for revenge against the NCR due to a mission gone awry. 3 months ago, you were tasked with taking out a Legion encampment in the Amazon. You decided the only way to defeat the Legion was to use a fat man and level the area, but unbeknownst to the NCR, there are also women and children living in the encampment.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
When the NCR forces entered the irradiated ruins, they found the shadows of the inhabitants burned into walls, slaves dying from radiation poisoning, and children succumbed to ghoulification. They also died of radiation poisoning shortly after. The NCR arrested you and saddled you with the charges of war crimes, most of which you took no part in, hoping to set you up as an all-encompassing scapegoat. Scapegoat is one word. Now harboring an acute hatred of all things NCR, you managed to escape from custody. Oh, that's my backstory.
Wait, how long have you been in the NCR?
About 5 years now. Not trying to brag, but I've ascended the ranks pretty quickly. I bet if you joined the NCR, you'd be a general by now.
It's funny, because they say that in the vanilla game! Tell me more about yourself, since you seem so interesting.
I don't really have a sad story or anything. I opened up a store in Shady Sands when I was 18, but that failed pretty miserably, and I didn't know what else to do, so I joined the army.
No, tell us about how raiders killed your family. Everybody we meet has raiders kill their family.
He doesn't.
That doesn't make sense.
He's the outlier.
He must not exist. He's not real. He's a figment of our imagination.
Mike, not everybody had their parents killed by raiders.
Bolognios!
My parents weren't killed by raiders. Your parents weren't killed by raiders.
Yes, they were. Actually, my dad died of radiation poisoning. My mother died during childbirth.
I have nothing to say to that.
Then my sister died and I had to eat her corpse.
Okay, I have something to say about that. What? I didn't know this!
It was a terrible time. I don't want to relive those memories. But here I go, flashback!
Wait, hold on.
What's up?
Oh shit, I think it's bad.
Oh
shit, it's bad.
What's up?
I'm not sure, I felt it go through, but it didn't hurt, so... Oh shit, that's my blood. Shit, that's all my blood. Oh shit, no. I feel... everything's...
No, don't talk like that. You're wearing bulletproof armor, you're fine.
Oh god, it's... I'm scared. I'm so scared.
Oh, you're fine, see? Don't worry about it. No. No. After all the effort I went to bring you back to life, you died as stupidly as Dad did. A bullet wound. Wearing that armor. A bullet wound. I did everything I could to bring Amanda back, but she is dead. Nothing I do, no voodoo magic will bring her back from the dead. And all of my drugs have worn off, and I'm suffering a movement penalty because I have an opiate addiction, so... Alright, none of her's gonna go to waste. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry it has to be this way. I really wish I could have saved you. Alright, I'm not hungry anymore, let's go.
Alright, so I have to make sure I get my backstory straight before we get out there. I was an NCR soldier, I used a fat man, killed a lot of people, and the NCR tried me for war crimes, and now I'm like, screw the NCR. Yeah, they're butts. I fired a fat man at my commanding officer, and then I shot... Excuse me, I'm busy! I shot the ghoul in the face, he died, and then came back to life as a zombie, and then the NCR was like, hey, you can't just make zombies, so they tried me for war crimes, and now I hate the NCR. I didn't deliver the general his mail, which was a fat man, and it exploded outside of a building, which irradiated the whole area, and now I'm wanted by the NCR, and I hate them.
The general was a fat man, but he was also a ghoul.
How did I get into Freeside?
What's going on in Corn Creek today, beloved Corn Creek?
Pardon me, sir. Can I ask you some questions?
How did you get
Oh,
that
I'm sorry, ma'am.
pink mohawk?
Whoa, more people shooting at me.
Oh boy, they really rolled out the welcome mat for us, didn't they?
Oh, they're called Desert Are they Erwin Rommel?
Did we just murder all the inhabitants of this town?
Maybe. I hope not. Come on! Whoa!
He's hostile, you can tell because he's bleeding everywhere. There's not a lot in here.
There's a little tiny baby buggy.
Is it a tiny...
And a tiny bear trap.
That beer bottle is enormous.
If I had... Whoa! I didn't even think about that. Jeez! If I had a tiny bear trap like this, I would just set it and break pencils in it. If we check this house, let's check some of the bigger houses, I
There's
guess.
quite a few buildings over here. One or two of these have to have something interesting in them. So what's inside this watchtower?
Nothing! There's nothing inside this watchtower except for some corrugated metal and a... I don't know what that is. The front of an 83 Buick, maybe?
What's in this floor safe?
An egg timer, a fork, and a wrench. That's like the safe deposit box I have at my house.
It's our first clue!
A fascinating diary entry.
I found a diary written by some ghoul. I decided not to take it though, just didn't seem right. Instead, I'm gonna give the highlights here. The first page was incomprehensible, like baby's first scribbles, but as I flipped through the text changed dramatically into something not only legible, but quite comprehensive and detailed. Didn't take long for me to realize I was reading a detailed report of the opening days of the Great War. The writing was so vivid I could almost see myself in that bunker watching the bombs drop. Apparently this guy had an underground bunker or something that he kept his family in when the bombs dropped. After the deadly devices started raining from the sky, he emerged by himself to find supplies and see if anyone had survived. Sure enough, everybody was dead, and equally sure enough, he turned into a ghoul. When he returned to his wife and child, they didn't recognize him, he didn't want them to see him, and he took his pistol and shot them both.
Wow!
He went to turn the gun on himself, but he was out of ammo. He only had 2 rounds, poor dumb idiot. As the years went by, he struggled to forgive himself, doing everything he could to make things right. He was a doctor, a guard for traveling merchants, tried to invent a permanent cure for radiation sickness. He even started making a suicide hotline mailing service. I heard that this ghoul calls himself Dry Rot now and resides in Corn Creek. I'm gonna go there and see him. I'm not actually sure what the hell I'm gonna do. I just feel like this strong desire to pay my respects or something. So, dry rot. We know of a citizen in this town we might be able to find.
What an interesting diary entry. Next building.
It's actually more interesting than the last 4 buildings we've checked out.
That's true.
Shooting empty bottles violates the Geneva Convention, by the way.
Does it?
Um,
Oh, are you dry rot?
Whoa. Sorry about that. I thought you were one of them. You're Courier 6. Everyone knows about you. Well, at least the things you've done. Not too many people actually know anything about you, per se.
why does nobody know anything about Courier 7? Me!
I found this note and I think it's about you.
Let me see that.
Don't flag us with that! He just swept you with the barrel of that.
I need some time alone. Excuse me.
I just got here and I need to find out what's going on. My backstory is that I was a fat NCR general and I farted and it made everyone sick, so they kicked me out of the NCR and they told me to get my gut checked out, but instead of actually doing anything about it, I just hate the NCR now.
This is way too true.
Also, do you want to talk about it?
I will never want to talk about that note. Not now, not to you, not to anyone, not ever.
Okay.
Just leave me be.
Hey, I found this note. I mean, how did you survive up here?
Those monsters came in here not too long ago. I hid in the bathroom while I heard them ransack the place. I was too afraid to fight back. It's a good thing I was in the bathroom at least.
Why?
After they left, I promised myself I wouldn't back down like that again. As you can see, I'm not much when it comes to combat.
Why are you still here? The rest of the town seems to have left a long time ago.
Don't have anywhere to go. Don't really want to go, honestly. I think I'm perfectly okay with the thought of dying here.
So what are you gonna do now?
Ideally, I'd like to get the store up and running again. Of course, I need supplies. And customers. I don't think war trash is the bartering type. So I guess I will be going. I don't have a quest for you if that's what you're wanting. No point, really.
You know us too well.
Why don't you tell me about yourself, Mr. Dry Rot?
My name's Dry Rot. That's about it.
Hey, remember that time you killed your family? Bye! Jeannie Mae, you in here?
No, this is obviously not Novak. Ah! Ah!
It's Novak!
I'm under fire! Under fire! Oh wait, that was just a wastelander.
Oh shit!
No!
Now we're really gonna be wanted by the NCR. Oh man!
What did we murder them for anyway?
An egg timer.
Damn it! Oh no, an innocent person, kill him!
Why are we just killing all these wastelanders?
Cause he's a racist! He called my mother fat!
Ah! It doesn't matter, your mom's dead. She was
My
killed
mom's
by
dead!
raiders.
No!
Well, I guess we'll check the medical tent.
It's gonna be empty as well? This is a medical terminal strictly for terminal medical things! The new guy who came in with a knife stuck in his chest is dead. Shit. Next patient.
Someone came in with a gunshot wound to the throat. I don't know what the hell they'd want me to do with him. I can't fix that. I'd kiss it, but I don't want to get blood in my mouth. Other than that, all I can really do is just see how many squirrel bites I can land in the wound from here. 2 so far.
We found somebody who's a worse doctor than you, apparently. A woman just walked in and asked if we'd seen her husband. I asked her what her husband looked like. She said he was skinny and had a dirty face. I told her that I had indeed seen someone matching that description about 5 times that day alone. She started crying and looking at every patient here individually. Apparently, she wasn't satisfied because she spat at me and then stormed out. Joke's on her, though. I have a fetish for women's spit.
Gross. So gross. Don't make that noise. A bunch of douchebags with guns just showed up. Hardly anything new, but these ones are particularly difficult. I had to kill one because he demanded I shove a needle full of jet up his ass to see what it felt like. I wonder what a shotgun blast up the ass feels like. I'm gonna leave him on the first bed by the door to scare his buddies. That should keep him distracted long enough to try not and figure out how this random terminal in the middle of nowhere has power.
Okay, nothing in the medical tent.
Well, let's check this house right here then.
Okay. Look at all these books that have been
Somebody
scattered.
did all my book work for it. Whoa, hey, what's this?
Oh, someone busted down this door.
Vault 50?
Remember, we're just doing reconnaissance. If we find anything sketchy, we gotta report it back. I found a couple of dead bodies here!
This looks pretty sketchy. Let's report it back.
Good insert time of day, sir or madam. You may notice that you are now trapped in this cave and that the vault entrance ahead of you is false.
Oh, we're trapped? Oh.
We regret to inform you that Vault 50 and its contents are highly classified.
Boo!
Due to unfortunate budget cuts, we could not afford any elaborate death traps, and as a result your death will likely be slow and painful.
Boo more!
Thank you for your understanding and have a wonderful death.
You suck!
This message has been brought to you by Vault Tech Industries. Vault Tech, revolutionizing safety for an uncertain future.
Wow, I feel like I've been absolutely gypped.
Can't get out?
It's locked hard.
That's it? This death trap kinda sucked.
War trash. This is the first war trash person I've seen.
And he's dead. Maybe there's clues on his body?
No, all he had was some bobby pins. Am I in? Hey, can I join war trash? My name is General Fatty Tatties. I left the... Do you ever just have one of those moments where you realize the absolute ridiculousness of what you're doing? Banging a dead body against the wall, screaming in an intercom that isn't listening about how I'm General Fatty Tatties. What has my life come to? I farted myself awake one morning and I gassed out everybody in the tent. They all died. It was methane poisoning. It was really bad. But luckily, I put the pillow over my face the night before, so I had fresh air coming in. So they kicked me out of the NCR. Oh, hang on, drop my body. I hate the NCR now because on account of how bad I farted. And let me in, please.
So not much about the war trash so far.
No, all I've seen of war trash is just one dude
who was trying to get into Vault 50
and got locked in because he couldn't figure out how to jam a bobby pin into a lock.
I guess we'll keep on checking buildings, try and find something.
General Fatty Tatty Scat Lover reporting in.
What? You're what now? You're what now?